Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why do some people seem to attract respect, loyalty, and success, while others constantly end up disappointed, drained, and overlooked? The truth is, the difference isn't luck, it's standards. You don't get what you want in life, you get what you tolerate. If you tolerate lateness, people will keep showing up late. If you tolerate disrespect, others will continue crossing your boundaries. If you tolerate your own excuses, life will hand you more of them. Every tolerance is like a quiet permission, slip you hand to the world saying, treat me like this. This is okay. But here's the truth. No one teaches in school. Your standards write the rule book for your entire life. Today, we'll explore how tolerance shapes identity, why your standards predict your future, and how to raise them in a healthy, powerful way, so you can stop surviving and start leading your life. The invisible cost of it's fine. Every time you say it's fine when something clearly isn't, you pay a silent price, a piece of your peace. Your brain adapts to what it sees as normal. Psychologists call it habituation. The more something repeats, the less your brain notices it. If being tired becomes normal, your mind stops fighting it. If chaos becomes normal, you learn to live in it. If being disrespected becomes normal, you eventually stop recognizing what respect even feels like. So the things you tolerate don't just stay outside you, they slowly rewire your inner world. That's why so many people wake up one day feeling stuck, not realizing they built the cage themselves, one small compromise at a time. Every "it's fine" was a brick. Every "I'll let it go" was cement. And now that wall blocks them from the life they truly deserve. But here's the good news. If you built it, you can also tear it down. Standards equals the language of self-respect. Your standards aren't about being picky or proud. They're the language of self-respect. They tell the world how much you value your time, your energy, and your potential. Low standards whisper, "I'll take whatever I can get." High standards declare, "I know what I bring, and I won't settle for less." When you allow someone to cancel plans repeatedly without accountability, you're not being easygoing. You're silently teaching them that your time doesn't matter. When you forgive the same betrayal over and over without change, you're telling your subconscious that loyalty is optional. And when you let yourself skip goals you promised, you teach your brain that your words mean nothing. That's why raising your standards isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It means you're matching your behavior to your worth. When you respect yourself, others learn to follow your lead. Why we lower our standards. Here's a question. If we know this, why do we still tolerate things that hurt us? Because we fear loss more than we crave growth. We fear losing people. We fear being called too much. We fear standing alone. So we start adjusting our boundaries to keep others comfortable, forgetting that we're the ones becoming uncomfortable. We say yes when our gut screams no. We make ourselves smaller so others feel bigger. We dim our light so fragile people won't feel insecure. But the cost is enormous. You don't just lose your peace, you lose your self-trust. And once you lose trust in yourself, everything starts to crumble. Your confidence, your clarity, your courage. It's not the world's job to protect your peace. That's your responsibility. And every time you protect it, you raise your standard. Boundaries are not walls. They're filters. They don't keep people out. They keep your energy safe. The psychology of standards. Let's dig into how your mind actually builds standards. Your standards grow from 3 invisible roots. 1. Self-image, how you see yourself. You can never rise above the story you believe about you. If you see yourself as average, you'll never demand excellence. Your standards will always mirror your self-worth. 2. Environment, what you surround yourself with. Your brain normalizes whatever it sees most often. Surround yourself with complainers, you start complaining. Surround yourself with disciplined people, and you naturally level up. 3rd repetition, what you keep doing. Every small behavior reinforces a standard. The person who always says, "just 5 more minutes," teaches their brain that procrastination is acceptable. The one who says, I don't miss workouts, builds a neural identity of reliability and strength. Your habits teach your brain who you are, and your brain will always act like who it believes you are. That's why transformation starts inside, not by forcing new habits, but by changing what you believe you deserve. The art of raising your standards. Raising your standards isn't about being perfect, it's about demanding more truth from yourself. Here's a 4-step process to do it gracefully and powerfully. Step 1. Define what's no longer acceptable. Write down 3 areas of life where you've been tolerating nonsense, people who drain you, habits that waste your time, or self-talk that beats you down. Awareness is the first cut through the fog. Step 2. Replace, don't remove. It's not enough to stop bad habits. Your mind needs substitutes. Replace scrolling with reading. Replace gossip with gratitude. Replace complaining with action. Each swap rewires your reward system toward growth. Step 3. Communicate your boundaries clearly. When you speak your standards, you make them real. You don't need to justify them, just state them. Not with anger, but calm firmness. For example, I value honesty, and I walk away from manipulation. Simple, solid, respectful. Step 4. Follow through consistently. If you break your own rules, no one will take them seriously. Keep your word to yourself, even in private. If you said you'd wake up early, honor it. If you said you'd leave toxic conversations, walk away. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-respect grows stronger roots. Remember, confidence doesn't come from compliments. It comes from consistency. The transformation. When you raise your standards, life gets quieter. Not because you lose people, but because you lose noise. You'll stop explaining yourself to those who never understood you. You'll stop chasing what drains you. You'll stop apologizing for wanting better. And something magical happens. The people who truly align with your values start appearing naturally. Opportunities that match your energy start knocking. And peace, real peace, becomes your new normal. At first, it will feel lonely. You'll question yourself. But remember, silence after chaos isn't loneliness. It's healing. You're not losing people. You're losing versions of yourself that were built for survival, not happiness. And the moment you say, I deserve better, the universe starts rearranging itself to meet that vibration. You stop settling. You stop begging. You stop chasing approval. You begin attracting respect, success, and calm. Because that's now your standard. The daily practice. Raising standards isn't a one-day event. It's a daily ritual, a quiet commitment to keep showing up for yourself. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I no longer tolerating today? And every night, ask, did I live according to my highest standard, or did I shrink? Some days you'll slip. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Awareness is what turns mistakes into lessons instead of regrets. So forgive yourself fast and return to your standard. That's how progress feels. The life that rises to meet you. You become what you tolerate. If you tolerate excuses, you'll live a life of almost. If you tolerate self-neglect, you'll live a life of burnout. But if you tolerate only honesty, growth, and self-respect, you'll live a life of strength, clarity, and freedom. Your standards are your silent prayer to the world, so make them high, make them real, and live by them daily. Because when you raise your standards, life doesn't stay the same. It rises to meet you.